Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Aries. However, know that cross watchers are always more than welcome to watch because energy is fluid, so rules could be reversed. You may have to flip it, switch it, twist it. Just interpret the message as it best resonates for you. Take what you need, leave the rest. You know the jazz, you know the drill. Now, if you're new to the channel, again, welcome. Now, the only difference between my channel and other people's channel is I always start my readings off using my deck, which is the Psychic Soul Healer deck, because I like to look at the spiritual energies that are, you know, determining and really influencing your situation, whether it's with a soulmate or whether it's just with a life experience, whether or not it's, again, whether it's affecting your job, life experiences. But understand, spiritual energy will affect all areas of your life to make you form a core belief. And that core belief, a lot of times, is out of alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, and the law of nature. So being that this is a healing channel, it's really important to know that we heal by turning spiritual wounds into spiritual gifts. And that's by understanding what the core beliefs are. So we do look at the core beliefs in a situation between you and your person, or you and a person that you're dealing with. Maybe you're at a job and you're dealing with somebody that's difficult. You'll see that energy works like a magnet in all areas of your life, to put it the simplest way without overstating and over talking, is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to overtalk here, and just to give you the basics of what the shadow will do. Shadow parts of ourselves are the parts of ourselves that we've detached from, the parts of ourselves that we feel are defective or not good enough, and that we resist. So healing comes in integrating, seeing that we really are whole. And we do that by shifting our perception. And when we do, we actually raise our vibration, because we're shifting out of fear into love. Love is very light. Love makes us a magnet for more of like energy. So that's why we want to look at the spiritual energy, because your situation will change day to day. As I do readings for you, you'll say, well, this happened yesterday and now this happened. So life experiences change. However, the karmic themes usually do not, unless you integrate them. So when we get stuck in a life situation, whether we keep attracting the same type of person, or we keep having the same life experiences play out that block us from, whether it's health, wealth, and all around emotional fulfillment, it makes us feel defective. It makes us feel not good enough. So here at the Psychic Soul Healer channel, we know that we ourselves hold the divinity within inside of ourselves, and that one day heaven will be on earth, and that's through the character of man. And that's only when we heal our spiritual wounds and make them into spiritual gifts, because we all have gifts. So Aries, let's see what's going on with you. All right, first card out is Unlock DNA. So whenever I'm seeing Unlock DNA, it means family karma. It means ancestral karma, right? Because we're born into families that will determine our DNA. But a lot of times, remember, we're spiritual beings having human experiences, so we live many, many lifetimes. So it's certain soul programs that we need to learn, have to go through certain spiritual tests, and we get those karmic tests through family, through friends, through our life experiences, because sickness and disease is only 5% inherited. It's the behaviorisms that tend to activate DNA. So unlocking DNA is understanding what sabotaging beliefs that you have and that you're actually integrating them right now. Because if you're unlocking DNA, it means that you're discovering. So you're on your soul's path, Aries. Again, and that's to clear fear, right? Because when we approach life nervous all the time, we're not coming from our true sense of self. We're coming from a perception of ourself that is a perception, and that was built many times from not a good perception. It was built from living in an experience. So unlock DNA nervousness. I want to see where empathy, and that you're a highly sensitive person on top of it. I want to see just what the last one is before I read the entire message, and that is past life. Okay, so I'm going to read this a few different ways because my cards, I read as many different messages that come from the card. So unlock DNA is, again, comes from your past life, and that you were a highly sensitive person and live fearful. So you were never coming from your true sense of self. You were programmed also in an environment that the people were fearful, right? Because our ancestors, and that what determines that is what did they live through? What experiences did they live through? And so you incarnated into your family, as I was saying. I'm also feeling that you have a past life connection, a soulmate twin flame energy that you're connected through claircognizance, which is clear knowing. It's the ESP level. So there's a past life connection, and really in order for you to unlock DNA is to really clear the energy in the root chakra, because a lot of times when we're born into families that were in balance, so let's just say for some Aries, I feel as if you grew up in an alcoholic home, or you grew up with an abusive parent, and that energy is, again, very low energy, and it's low energy because it's coming from fear, right? And so fear can look like anger. It can look as like anxiety. Anxiety can look like fear. So you grew up in an environment where one of your parents had a lot of fear, and it was channeled out through almost like abusive behavior. And so you had to clear that energy. And the only way you could clear that energy is through a past life connection, which is a soulmate. A past life soulmate is what I'm feeling. And so again, and there's an ESP connection, meaning the person feels like home, that you feel as if you're supposed to be with this person. The reason why is because it's a divine union that will help you unlock DNA, to help you break karmic programs. So I want to look at the energy, because we don't know whether or not you two were together, separate, or anything. But right now, this is the energy that's happening, that you are being asked to clear the negative energy that's held within the root chakra, because fear is connected to the root chakra. The behaviorism is nervousness, which means that we're not present, we're stuck in the past. So there's a past life, again, experience, which is the experience which you grew up in, but also a past life soulmate connection that's coming into your life or is already in your life. That there, we know that it is because the person feels like home. There's a claircognizance connection that's, you're being expected to unlock DNA. And we only can unlock DNA when we turn spiritual wounds into spiritual gifts, because the core beliefs are what creates the behaviorisms. The behaviorisms are what activate DNA. To unlock DNA is to realize what the spiritual wounds are. And in this case, it's to clear the energy of fear. And the only way that that can be done is by creating oneself. So I want to actually before I want to see what's actually happening. Like to the person, is the person in your life? Are they not in your life? Soulmate? Are they about to enter into your life? Who knows just yet? Because we just looked at the spiritual energy that was going on. Okay, the sun. I do feel like this person's in your life, but right now it's not happy times. You're in separation. First card tells me that. And they're also not in a good way at all. And I didn't need to even pull that before. It's like so your person is actually in separation from you and they're disappointed. I feel like they're disappointed mainly because they didn't treat you well and their whole life they don't make the right decisions. They sabotage themselves. And so again, now they're in a sense of waiting to break free out of a karmic situation. So I feel, Aries, that you're connected to someone that is in some sort of karmic situation that they thought was going to be a better situation than being with you. But what happened is once they got into the situation, they realized that it was a big mistake. And I feel like it's not, if this is a past lover, there's no love in this relationship. I feel as almost like Aries, your person is binded to somebody and binded through money. It could be again a relationship that was, but there's no love at this point. And feel like the connection that you have with your person is really in the 3D. There's really, okay, and your person is not doing well at all because the 7 of Wands reversed is coping and it's reversed. Oop, and 2 cards out. And then this is all I'm going to take from this deck to see. Yeah, and this is just more and more bad cards, which is your person is worried. They're worried about you more, and they're again 10 of Swords, pain, because I said they got tricked. I feel as if your person has a very strong connection to you, that ESP soul connection. They're not used of having such a strong connection with anyone. They're usually very logical, very linear, tend to be very business oriented. I feel like they were in a connection with someone for a long time where they had to actually shut their emotions off because there was no love. It was based on money. And again, whatever outside material things that these two own together, maybe they started a business together, maybe they had children together. So there was things that were binding your person to their karmic soulmate. But they're from day one, they wanted out. From day one, they realized as soon as they did it, they made the judgment to go back to this person because of financial reasons and because of these obligations. They realized that it was a mistake. It was a mistake. And that, like I said, and it was a mistake because they got stabbed in the back. They thought that they were going to have happy sunny days, but it wasn't because it came out upside down. And so now they're all worried and they're not coping well because they don't know what's going on with you, Aries. So they're worried, they're staying up late, they're a nervous wreck about it. I want to see the hidden truths about how your person feels about you, Aries, because I see what they did. Want to see like they're kind of like just stuck in their head, frozen, almost like when you go through a really traumatic situation with people that betrayed you and you understand what happened, but you're almost numb and frozen by the entire experience. I feel like your person is just stuck and worried and just didn't trust anyone before. Now completely doesn't trust people, which is why they were able to stay in that relationship, that karmic connection with no love for so long. And now they really are nervous. but I do feel like they're thinking of you. I want to see what the hidden truth. I wonder if you are happy without me. So again, I feel like they're worrying. They're staying up late at night. They're obsessing about it. They, like you said, now that they made the wrong choice. But again, I feel like they made the choice from an emotional standpoint of fear. And it was based around money. It was based around like resources and things. And the person, their karmic mate, really like knifed them in the back. I want you. So it's again, they're thinking a lot about you. I feel like they have a very passionate connection to you. Not uncommon for soulmate twin flames. Remember, soulmate twin flames help transmute negative energy, and your person is in a shitstorm. Like that's what it looks like. Because again, they were tricked and binded, and now like they're trying to figure out how to get out. They're worried. They're thinking about you. They're not in contact with you because I feel like whoever's around them is watching them and is kind of like owning their life. They didn't realize when they went back to agree to whatever it was that the person was going to say, well, now, you can't leave. You have to be here and do for me until this situation is done with, whatever the situation was. And that they just couldn't leave. And so they could have, but they made a decision based out of fear and kind of the easiest thing to do at that moment, what seemed right at that moment. And obviously they weren't taking you into consideration. So now they like wondering whether you're happy without them. And now they're realizing how much they really do have feelings for you. There was always an attraction. There was always an emotional bond. Now this one just was flipped over, so I'm gonna flip it back. I want to just take one more. We'll take this one. You came closer than anyone. So again, I feel like your person didn't let you in because of this karmic situation. So you possibly have met this person once, twice, several times, and there was always a nice rapport. There was always a lot of nice energy. It almost got off the ground a few times, but never did. And the reason why is because your person was connected to a karmic situation. They're not happy. They really got like they were on their way out and they got roped back in mainly for what they thought was going to be a short period of time. It's not a short period of time. It's become a long period of time. They're disappointed at the choices that they've made. They're actually sitting there hoping on one level that you're going to reach out to them, but they also know that you're not. So it's again, they're worried. And there's a sense of, again, that they're not doing anything right now because it's almost like they got hit from every single angle. And then the choice that they made was the wrong choice on top of it. So it's a real, like, if there was ever a tower moment in someone's life, this would be it. So I want to just see, like, what your person is going to do. But this is what happens. See, your person got themselves into a karmic situation. And that karmic situation is one that makes them stay in a very low vibration. If you feel as if someone owns you, right? And then you can't be yourself. Now, Aries, you're connected to someone that's also not really capable of like giving you what you need. So it's also, this is playing out karmically in your life as, do you get what you need? Are you putting your life on hold for this person? Because like I said, this never got off the ground. It came closer. You came closer than anyone. They do have feelings, but again, there's passion, and there's passion because they don't they don't really know you. I feel like they know you, but do they know you intimately? Do you know them intimately? No, not enough. But that's because they wouldn't let you in because they were kind of hiding like these little elements about their life that they're not happy about. And I believe that what they were hiding was that they were connected to a karmic mate, that they were not really in a romantic union anymore, I mean to say. They're stuck in more like a trauma bond, or a bond that's based on money, is based on material, and is making them miserable because they're realizing that they're being used. They realize that they made the wrong choice, that they should have gotten out when they could have. Losing you is my biggest regret. I feel totally lost and alone now. You deserve better than me, which is, again, so right now they're kind of like in pity because they realize, again, that they made the wrong choice. I want to just feel like, see, like what you're going to do. Or let's see what they're going to do with a different deck. Because I'm like, okay, like they're in pity, but just because somebody's in like pitying themselves doesn't mean that they're going to stay in pity. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're not going to get out of pity either, but we're just saying, like, a lot of times that they don't. So we're just going to see. Yeah, Ace of Cups reversed, emotional growth. So they're stuck, and they're stuck in their fear. They're stuck now. They were stuck in a karmic connection that where they felt betrayed. So they, again, had a low self-esteem to begin with. They were not emotionally intelligent to begin with because, again, they were in a karmic connection that's just connected through money and resources and not really love. Your person, I feel like, was a flirt, and would hook up with outside people even though they might have been married or had this connection, but it never meant anything. With you, you came closer than anyone. They weren't expecting to fall in love. They weren't expecting to have feelings. They weren't expecting to care. But now that they're in this karmic connection where, I feel as if your person has wanted to leave and has tried to leave, that they got roped back in and then stabbed in the back so that they couldn't leave. And so they're kind of waiting for a sign from you, but you're not doing anything is what I'm feeling. But I'm going to pull for it and just see what you're going to do, and then we're going to close it out. The Wheel of Fortune. So it's, again, that's moving forward, but not with this person. So it's the end of a cycle with this person. And I also feel for some of you, Aries, you're unsure. Some of you guys want to, and some of you guys want to end it. One more, just to see, because I don't think, or again, that if it moves forward, like you'll help it. If you would be open for it to move forward, if this type of relationship, if it dies and it can change. Yes, and I knew it. That's because intuitively, psychically, I got that, which is the only condition on how you would take this person back is if they were going to move forward and the relationship completely transformed, that it was a completely like a renewal, like, again, like a do-over, like that it ended, and then a new whole way of being in a relationship that was stable, then you would be with this person. There's no way else. So unless they come and they do that, are you going to even consider, is what I'm feeling. Let me see like what they're planning on doing. Even though right now they're in pity, they don't feel good. There's no emotional growth there. I'm not going to lie. It already said that they weren't going to do it. And I feel like I don't like that answer. So I'm like, give me another answer. And it's like, no, what you're going to get is communication. So your person will eventually give you some communication. However, Will they come straight in offering stability? No. I feel like they're not strong enough. They don't feel good enough about themselves. Yeah, like again, 8 of Cups reversed. So there's a sense that they're, again, because it's reversed, they're not going to be moving on from you. I just don't feel as if they're coming in as they're not coming in as a lover, number one, because the 8 of Cups is reversed. They're coming in as almost like a mentor, like not a mentor, like as a student, where maybe you would mentor them, or as a friend, or someone that is an acquaintance, a little bit more than an acquaintance that needs to be around your energy. So, and that doesn't mean that they don't want to be with you. It's just right now, the capacity of this person is that they vibrate from a lower perception, which is lust. They do have, again, they're attracted to you, but they don't know you enough. And what you're looking for is stability. What you're looking for is for this relationship to really like transform itself. And what I see with this person is the most that they're going to be willing to really offer right now is a lot of communication back and forth. And this mainly because I feel like them moving on from their past situation, that they're not going to emotionally be able to give anything for a little while, that they're stuck in pity. There's no emotional for themselves, and there's no emotional growth right now. And then on top of it, once they do leave, because I feel like they know that they're going to leave, that the most that they would be able to offer is some sort of like talking, and which at least is better than what it is, but the relationship would have to go at a slow pace, like for it to unwind, because this person is getting out of a bad situation and they already had trust issues. And that's why I felt like they wanted to be around your energy. Because you feel like home. They do miss the friendship, but it's just where they are right now. But they have to go through this process. They have to, in order to unlock their DNA. And that maybe you need to be working, Aries, more on your career. I feel like for some of you guys, it's you need to work more on your career. Again, your uniqueness, right, is about, like, again, your identity, who you are. Like maybe reach out to friends, try do different things, join things, like have more like create more passions in your life. Because again, soulmate twin flames, when they are in separation, it means that they're doing work on themselves, and work for you does not really look like the same work that your person needs. Your person needs to heal themselves on a deep level because they've stayed in a bad connection, and for all the reasons that I stated before, where maybe again you don't have enough of an identity. An identity meaning like you go to work, you come home, you have a few friends, maybe you outgrew things, and so like you want to spend more time, you want to find yourself more. You want to create yourself more if you already know who you are. And that's by, again, feeding what you love, becoming more. And that's, again, it's still self growth, but it's where you guys are not together, but at the same time working on yourselves. It's again, right, because there's a sense of, just at this point when there is a soulmate twin flame relationship and you are forced in separation, both parties do surrender because it's like you can't control, which a lot of times in these soulmate twin flame relationships, both parties want to control. We're dealing with very different energy. We're dealing one person's yin energy, which is very like mental, logical, linear. The other person is very sensitive and again, right brain, creative, intuitive. And so a lot of times we don't think the same way, and it creates a lot of triggers again. And those triggers, one trigger for you is abandonment issues. So again, the wavering in and out of your life, That's what it says, has caused severe triggers of abandonment and it cannot continue to happen. So for you, again, I do feel like because this person left and they've done it a few times, so you've had to heal your abandonment issues, and that you do that by creating yourself, because you can't leave you. No one can take what's yours. No one will leave you, meaning God will never leave you, because God lives inside of you, and God also lives through every single human being that's on the planet. So when you're doing what you love, which is the energy of God, which is the energy of the universe, you become a magnet for more people and situations that, again, vibrate at that emotional level to be fulfilled. So you wouldn't feel abandoned. You would be able to look at your person and say, that's your issue. That's not my issue. You need to, again, show up for yourself, because this person, again, was vibrating at a very low frequency of fear. They were letting someone else dictate their life. And because they abandoned you. But the truth of the matter is, I feel you put your energy into creating yourself more. And what wound up happening was you did unlock DNA, because again, the breaking karmic cycles of abandonment, where your person, however, let's look at their triggers. Cheating. It's like, I had a feeling you were fooling around and I caught you. I don't feel that that's you, that you were cheating on this person. But if you were, it's like, again, you guys weren't even together. I feel like this person was cheating. And I think that that's another trigger for you with your person, to be honest with you, that you watched them cheat on the person that they were connected to, so that there's a sense of, well, you haven't really given me. And then I also saw you connected to someone that you didn't have a problem cheating on. Trust. I feel very uneasy in this connection. So I believe that all these are pretty much that this person triggers you. And because your person is so self-centered in their survival and stuff, you're not doing anything to trigger this person. That's why all the cards are your triggers, where you have trust issues with this person because of the choices that they made, and because you're watching their behaviorisms. So you need to ask yourself, do you want to be with someone that's going to continue to create these feelings inside of you? Aloof, not getting involved, protecting the, yes, because this person's detached. So you have to realize that you might have, what I see here is you have abandonment issues, but you go for people that are not, or if you want or try to make this relationship work, you're trying to make a relationship work with someone that's emotionally not available. That's someone that, and that's your fear, and that's what you know. So this is what you have to take into consideration, Aries. Sometimes these messages are hard, I know. I mean, this is soul healing, and soul healing is all about healing the traumas and traumas of abandonment. And when we have trust issues because someone decides to cheat, it's not going to create high vibration, it's going to create nervous energy, and then you're going to become a magnet of that. So that's something to take into consideration. So Aries, like I said, I'm sorry about the message, but I am not in charge of the messages that come out. But if you resonated with this message, please let me know. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, share. And like I said, if you write the word healer in the comment bar, you can win a free psychic soul reading with me. And until next time, guys, be true to you. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.